Hello. So today we will be learning about how to create solar studies. So first of all, if we go to at the down, there is a shadows tab which you need to click and the shadows will be visible to you. After that, you just need to go to turn on the sun path, and by clicking it, you will see you can click on the sun path on, and then it will ask you to start with the specified location or continue with the system related settings. So in that case, what you will do, you will just click on use the specific project location, and it will automatically take the location. So after that, you can go to sun and then you can start with the solar study. So now in the solar study, we have these settings with us. We can change the speed, we can change the sunlight intensity, or we can change the shadows. Like you can see, if I'm dragging it, it is changing. Now in the sun settings, solar path analysis, we have the sun settings with us. Now how does this work? I tell you. So in the solar settings, we have 4 types of settings with us. First is still. So this will give us a basic idea, like if you want to create a solar study just for the singular plan, not for only for one day and for the specific time, or you can create a solar study using the still. In this, you can select any of the presets for which month or for which weather you want to. If you want for summer, if you want to winter, spring, fall, that you can select. So let's take, for example, I'll select summer for now. And for the still, now you can change the location as per your project. You can select any location what you want. Then you can change the date and you can change the time. Also, you can change the plan level at which you want your solar path analysis. So first of all, I'll show you how to change the location. So we will go to location tab and we will click these 3 dots. So after clicking it, it will open a tab for us. Now in this, you can you can put your project address and search for it. So I'll just I have these already present in my system. So I'll just take Jaipur, India as a so now it will select me. It is this area, and then I will just click on OK. Now after clicking on OK, my location has been set. Now I will be setting the date for. So I'll setting the date. Let's say today's. And the time I will be selecting as 12 p.m. Okay. Now I'll click on OK. So if you see my this is my sun right now. There are if I see the shadow intensity, the sun is at up top. So that's why I'm not able to see any shadows. Like if you see the very minimal shadows I have, like not that much. If I change the time accordingly, my shadows will get big and it will change. So I can make a solar study analysis for my still image. Now, if I go to sun settings again, you can go here and go to sun settings. Now we have a single day. You can create a single day analysis. In this also you can select any weather according to your choice for which you want to. You now in this, what is the difference between still and single is, in this also you can put the location, you can change the date, but here you have a time frame. Like you can select time like from morning to evening or evening to night, whatever you want to. Or there is an option sunrise to sunset. So I'm clicking on sunrise to sunset. So in this duration, there are 14 frames. And if I change the time interval, let's say I want for every 15 minutes, so it will change my frames to 53. So frames depends on time of interval. Like if you change it for every 30 minutes you want, so that also you can do it. Now I will click on apply and I'll click OK. So I have a, if I start, click on here, so my solar analysis has been created. I can I can go to play preview and can see how it has been made. Or if you want to save it, like if you want to save this recording for you, then you can go to file, go to export, and then we have, if you scroll down, in the images and animations, you have a solar study with you. If you click on this, now you can change the length. If you want all frames to be saved, you can just click on all frames and it will be saved. If you want to select any frame range, you can click on it. Also, in what format you want. If you want in realistic, shaded colors, consistent colors, hidden lines, you can select that also. So for walkthroughs, as we learn, walkthroughs we can render, but we can't render the solar study analysis. So you can just take it out in realistic view, consistent colors, or shaded. That's upon you. You can include the time and date stamp also, and you can click on OK. And you can save it at your particular location. So now this was a single day analysis which we created. Like this only, if we go to sun settings again, we have a multi-day analysis. In this, the basic difference is you can change the date, you can provide a duration for it. Accordingly, you can put a time range for it, like from which time to which like you want. You can select the time interval, like if you want from today's till uh, next Saturday. And if you want all these to be sunrise to sunset, and time interval, let's here you have time interval according to 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. So if you want for 1 hour, you can select that. Now if you click on apply and click on OK, and now if you play it, so you will see it has created a solar analysis for multi-day. You can change the days, you can change the time frame according to you, or and you can even change the months also. You can change the weather also, summer, winter, fall, and spring. That is according to your own design. So it is getting played, and it is like all the frames are being generated. So total 434 frames we have with us. Okay. Now in this, you can change the shadow intensity, you can change the sunlight, you can change the speed. If I go to sun settings again, in this I have a lighting. In this, this setting is for, you can change the azimuth or altitude angle. And accordingly, if you want sunlight from top right, if you want sunlight from top left, you can change that also. and you can change the plan level at which you want to create a sunsetting. Or there is a in session lighting also, the lighting which we use, that also can be used. So let's say if I change it to sunlight from top right, and I'm keeping this azimuth and altitude angle same, and I'm applying and clicking OK. So it will give me a still image according to the angles I have selected. Now I can change the angle also from here. Even I can change the sunlight and intensity, speed, or shadow intensity, and I can select the preset according to myself. So this is also, if you want to save this, you can go to file and export again. So this is what is solar study analysis, which you can do, which is like very helpful in creating concept reports or schematic design reports for your project. Okay. Now, as we move ahead, we all know that whenever we are submitting a project to client, we have to give the sheets, and for that, annotations is the must. So in Revit, we can annotate our sheets, and there are many settings with us. There are so we'll be learning about that today. So there is a annotate tab with us. In this, there are many. There are dimension elements. There are details which you can use. There are tags which you can use. If you want color fill legends, that also you can use. We have symbols also. So now let's start how to annotate our plans. I'll just turn off the solar study. Now I'll, okay. So if you see in the annotate tab, we have different kind of dimensions which we can use for our project. So first is aligned, which is majorly used for parallel references or between multiple points. Okay, so if you select this and if you want to dimension your plan, so after selecting it, you can just, if you want, like if you want from wall center line or if you want from wall faces, you can select from here. So if you want from wall faces, it will select from wall face, or if you want from wall center line, it will select from wall center line. Now it will say if you want, it will ask you if you want individual references or entire wall to be selected. So in the individual references, it will select this particular edge of the wall. If you will select the entire wall, then it will select the entire wall like this, and it will dimension it. So this is like if you want to do fast dimensioning, you can select entire walls like this. So it will select the entire walls and dimension it like this. So this is one way of dimensioning. Now after dimensioning, let's say if you want to add the dimensions, so you can select the dimension, and then there is a widths. In the modify tab, we have a witness lines. You can just click on it, and the shortcut for this is EW. After clicking it, you can, like, there is extension of dimension line, it has been created. Now I can extend this dimension line and dimension multiple walls together. So it will create one dimension line in which I have dimensioned four different walls. Now, if you will select this dimension, and if you want to label this, you can just label it as wall dimension. or you can create a parameter for it. Like how to create a parameter, I'll tell you. If we have, I'm making DL lines. So for DL lines, you detail lines we call it in Revit. The shortcut is press DL, and then you can create. Let's say if I'm creating a path like this. Okay, now let's say I have corridors in my project and I want to give a global parameter to it. So you can give it using dimensioning. You can just click on dimensions and dimension all these widths. Now you want these all to be unified. So what you can do, you can just select one of them and then click on create parameter. And then it will create like you can create a global parameter property for yourself for this particular uh, project. Let's say if you want to create it as corridor, you can just click on OK. Now you can edit it and you can put the value as 1800, for example. Now click on OK. Now, if you want to give the same parameter to these two dimensions and you want to make this corridor also as 1800, you can just click on it and just select the parameter as corridor. It will automatically reduce the length, and then you can click on this dimension again and click on corridor. So it will create a, like if it will all it will reduce the dimension and it will give the corridor dimension to it. So this is how you can create many parameters, global parameters in your project, which is being used when you have some duplicate elements and you want the dimensions to be same. You don't want to change the size for it. So that time it is helpful for you. Now in this dimensions tab, we have angular dimensions. If you select angular dimensions, in that also there is, you can select wall faces. Let's say if I select one wall face and second wall face, and then I can give the angle like this. If you want for any, like for, if I have any typical element like this, then also you can just select angular and select the lines. It will give you the angle. Now, one thing is, every dimension has their own properties. So for the align dimensions, if you select it and if you go to edit type, we have the graphics for it. You can make your own graphics and save it using duplicate. Let's say I want to create a duplicate graphic for me. I want 3 mm dimensions diagonal. So I will click OK. And if you can change the graphics accordingly, dimension string type. If you don't want continuous, you can select baseline or ordinate. If you don't want arc dimensions, you can change it to line. You can change the tick marks. You can change how much, uh, show leader if you want text when you are moving the dimensions. If you want the leader to be moved like that, you can select that. If you want tick mark, like width of tick mark, how you want the tick mark to be. If you want it as arrow, filled arrow, diagonal, you can change it. You can change the tick mark line weight. You can change the dimension line weight, dimension line extensions. Also, you can change the center line symbol, pattern, color of the dimensions. Now in the text also, you can change it to underline. You can make it to italic, bold, or you can change the text size or offset also. And if you want the reading convention to be changed, there are 5 reading convention present in Revit, like up, then left, up, then right. That depends upon you how you want your dimension to be. Also, we have units. Like if you want any primary unit, if you select, and if you don't want to use the project settings, you can just uncheck it and you can give the settings according to you. You can provide any prefix or suffix if you want to. And there is a alternate unit tab in Revit in which you can provide alternate unit, and you can change the location of that. If you want it right or below, you can select that, and you can give the units also to it. Now we have EQ text. EQ text is basically equal dimension. So you can put the formula if you want. If you want to change the formula also for it, you can change it. And you can, like, if you how you want equality witness display, like when we put equal dimensions, how you want to see it, you can change that also. So after clicking OK, it will make a dimension style for you, and that you can use. You can make multiple dimension styles according to you in your project for every particular scale. Like if for at 100 scale you want some other dimension, at 50 you want other. So you can create many dimension types. Now same happens in the angle. In the angular settings also we have edit type, and we have the graphics, and we have the text. We have these same settings for every dimension, and you can change it accordingly and click OK. Now we can give the radial dimensions also. You just have to click on radial dimensions and you can select like this. For radial dimensions also you have edit type, and you can select, you can change the graphic, text and primary units or alternate units to it if you want. In the other you have center marks. If you want the radius symbol location also, you can turn on, and how you want to, that also you can mention it. Also you have a diameter. You can provide the whole diameter like this. Let's say I'll create a circle, and if you want to provide diameter, you can provide it. And we have the same settings. You can go to edit type and you can just change the graphics, text or primary units to it. Also in the other settings, you have center mark size, how you want, what is the size for it, like if where you want to give the diameter symbol location, where you want to, what text you want to give, you can provide it, and you can click OK. This is about dimensioning. Now, if you go to annotate tab, we have some detail elements which we can use. So for that, I'll go to the sheet which I have created, and okay. Now, there are times when we have a plan, and in the annotate tab, we have detail lines, we have revision clouds, we have regions. So it helps us to create 2D elements in our plan. Like if you want to hide anything, if you want to give detail lines, if you want to make anything using detail lines, you can use these type of things for that. So you just have to click on sheet and go to the view by double clicking it. Now, if you go to detail line, the shortcut is DL. So how it helps you? It helps you to create basically detail views. So for example, let's say I want to create any wall section, or if you want to create any detail staircase detail. So how detail line helps you? So first, let's start with creating a detail staircase detail section, and in which I will explain you the filled regions and the detail line. Now, let's say this is my staircase and I want to create a create a staircase detail for it. So first of all, I will go to view and I will go to call out. So call out is something which is helpful for us to create uh, it cuts a specific portion of your plan and it used to create detailed views for us and to give detail like miscellaneous details, or you want to make blow up plans, you can create using callouts. So I will go to callout and I will make a callout like this, and then I will select it and I will right click it and I will go to view. So now in this, I have a plan for staircase which has been created. Now I will just drag these crop views to just, I don't want to see the outside things. Okay. Now I will hide these sections and I will create a different section for the staircase. Okay. Now I will go to sheets and I will create a new sheet. And I will put this call out which I have created here. So this is my one plan, and now I could cut the section. So this is my section 3. So I have this section created now. So now I have this section. I can just drag this here like this. Now if you see, this section looks very dull to me. So now what I can do, first of all, let's say first I just don't want to see the slab line. So I can just click on the slab and delete it. For this, I can press LW, which is the line work. And in this, I can select invisible lines and I can hide these lines by double clicking on it. So if you see, it has, that line is not visible to me. This is the level line, which is right now visible. This also I can drag like this. I don't want to see it till the end. And I can just clean up my section. Now, if I go to annotate tab and I use detail line, so how the detail line is being used, I can click on it. And if I want to create any, like if you want to create any detail for it, let's say if you have any detail lines for it. Let's say if you want to show a door over here just for a concept report, and you don't have to model it. So that time you can just create detail line, and you can make a door over here. It will look like that you have modeled, but it is not. Like you can create like fake openings using detail lines. You can go to annotate tab again and use the line style. You can change the line style also to make it. If also you can just make any kind of line. If you want rectangle, if you want pentagon, if you want to create arc shapes, or if you want to create spline. And if you want to pick lines, you can just select it and you can pick lines. It will create a line for you. Now in the annotate tab, we have something called fill region. So in the fill region, there are two types. One is masking region and one is filled region. So masking region, how it works? Now, if let's say I have this plan, and in this plan, I am just extending this crop view for giving the example. Now, there are two ways to hide the outside things. Let's say if you don't want any outside thing to be visible, you can just drag the crop boundary, but it will not be very precise. So in that case, what you will do, you just go to crop view and go to the fill region and drag it and select the masking region. Now masking region, in this, what happens? It will create, like if you create a masking region like this, let's say I don't want the other things. So I will create a rectangle like this. And I will extend it to this particular wall. And I will extend this to this particular window. Now I will make one more rectangle out of it outside, just to give you a basic idea. And now I will click OK. Now if you see, the things which were outside are not visible to me. Now if I make it send to back also or bring to front, I will not be able to see the outside things because it is a masking region. It has covered all the elements, only the elements, because I created one more rectangle inside it. So that's why it has not masked that element, because I wanted to see the staircase but not the other things. So in that case, you can use these masking regions to hide things. Like this is one way which I made it hidden, but there are other ways also to hide it. Like you can hide other things. You can make other, like instead of this cutout, you can make another type of cutout. You can make rectangle, circle, pentagon shapes. That's on you, like how you want to show your plan. Now this is of masking region. Now in hidden, we have one more thing which is called filled region. So there, like I want to give a cut pattern to my staircase, but I don't want to change it in the settings. Like I want to see the cut of the staircase as gray, but I don't want to make it using VV. Like I don't want to change it in the visual graphic settings. So in that case, what you will do, or I want to see this connection also properly. So what I will do in that case, I will select the fill region. And now in the fill region, I can select the line style according to myself. Also, I can make a fill region like I'll pick the lines for the staircase. Like this. Now we have in the properties filled regions. So there are many filled regions you can create. So I will be creating one for dark gray now. So I will go to edit type. First, I will duplicate this and I will give a name, gray hatch solid. Now I can fill the pattern for it. Like I can select a foreground pattern. I can select this, and there are many patterns which Revit already provides us. So now in this, we have different kind of patterns you see, like for concrete also, for diagonal hatches, we have gypsum plaster, horizontal masonry, plastic, stand. We have different kind of hatches which are present. It's same like CAD in that we also have hatches. Now in Revit, we have fill patterns. So I'm selecting the solid gray one and I will click OK. In this, you can create for yourself also. You can go to new fill pattern if you want to create a new one, or you can edit the current pattern also. Now you will click OK, and foreground fill pattern color I want as solid gray. If you want to give any fill pattern for background also, you can give it. Now there is an option for masking. So if I will check this box, I will not be able to see the elements which are behind that, where I am creating a fill region. If I just uncheck that, so I will be able to see the elements which are behind it. So I will make it uncheck and then show you, and then I will show you how to, like, if I turn on the masking, how it is different for that. I'll click OK, and I will finish the edit mode. Okay. My lines are intersecting somewhere. Somewhere it is when the line doesn't intersect properly, it gives us the error. Don't worry, you just have to intersect all the lines properly. We have overlapping lines. So these kind of errors comes when we are making fill regions, or when we are making any kind of masking regions. So you can just click, okay, I have a overlapping line there. Yeah, it was overlapping. Okay. So my fill region has been created. Now you see, I just unchecked the masking box. So I am able to see the fill pattern which is behind that, which is the system fill pattern for the staircase. Now I made a fill region because I wanted to hide that pattern. So now I'll go select this fill pattern which I created, and I will go to edit type, and I will turn on the masking, and I will click OK. Now my gray concrete pattern which was showing it, it is hidden. Now I can extend it here also. If you want to make these lines dotted, you can just click on line work LW and use the dotted lines to make it. And this is how you can just make give a good look to your sections by using fill regions and detail lines. Now we have something called components. So I will click on component. So in the components, we have some detail items which are already created. So in the Kaarwan template, you see right now I have this brick detail, and let's say I want to give a brick hatch, like brick pattern to my wall behind the staircase. So one thing is I can select the wall and I can give a pattern to it. Okay. By right clicking it, going to override graphics and give the by element, and I can give a surface pattern to it. Okay. Individually just for this one. Or if you don't want to give any pattern like this, so you can create components. So we have detail components or repeating detail component. So if I go to detail component to it, I have this brick standard section. So if I select this, and so it will create a brick form for me. Now in the annotate tab again, I will click on repeating detail component. Then it will start creating wall like this. You can use this in your plan also, or you can use this in your section. That is up to you. You can just create patterns like this. And you can select these. And if you go to edit type, you can change the layout also, fixed distance. You can change the spacing. You can change it to inside. If you change it to inside, you select it, it will go be like it will go beyond um, at the back of it. So you can create like details like that, just 2D details. You can make if you go to component and you want, if you go to Revit family, we have different components over there, or you can create your own. Now we have something called revision cloud. If I go to plan sheet, and now revision cloud is helpful when, like, let's say you have submitted one plan to client, and now they have given you a revision and you have to submit it again. Now at that time we have a revision scale in our sheets always, which is like this. In this, we give the serial numbers and we make the description revision 1 and we give the date to it. So also, whatever, wherever we are putting revisions, let's say I'll select this plan and I'll go to annotate tab. First, for example, I'm submitting this project to a client. This is my first revision which I'm giving it to him. So, and in that I am revising this whole layout. So what I will do, I'll go to revision cloud. I will mark this as the revision and I will click OK. So I have created a revision cloud which shows that there is a revision which has been done. After creating this, there is automatically there is a revision 1 which has been made and a date has been given. Now to edit this, we will go outside the view and we will go to view tab. In this, we have a revisions tab. You can click on it and this is the revision which has been created. So it is cloud and tag already. We can just put the date 20/06/2024 and you can give a revision name to it. Like if you want to give a description, you can. If you just want to show it to revision 1, that's up to you. It will edit it in the revision box automatically if you have made the title block properly. Now if we go to annotate tab again and I will go into the view. So this is a revision cloud. After that, we have a detail group. If I go to the section again, I have a detail group. So how does detail group works? So I will just give a basic example. So let's say one thing is I can do the thread numbering by going to annotate tab and click on thread number and just select the staircase like this. Now, if you select the thread line numbers, you can change the size in the properties tab. You can change the orientation like vertical, horizontal. You can change the number size to 3, or you can just change the offset, let's say 0.5. That's upon you. Now, if you go to match properties and press MA and okay. You can't do match properties for thread numbering. So you have to select this thread number again, and then you have to give the save property to it. Or what you can do, delete it. I'll show it again. You can just go to thread numbering and before that only just made the settings and select it like this. So this is one way of doing thread numbering. But in some cases, we do thread numbering as we have a circle, and in that we are putting the text. Some cases we do like that. So this is a basic example of detail group which I am giving it to you. So in that case, what we will do, I will select the detail line and I will click on circle, and I am modeling a circle here like this, and I'm giving the it to 70. Now I am going to text, and I'm putting a text over here as 1, and I am putting it to center. Now I have a text, I have a circle which has been created. Now I want to copy it to every thread and I want to change the number. So one thing is, for that what I can do, I will select this number and I press tab and I will select this number, this circle. Now I can copy it like this to every thread, but what if I just got it unselected, one of them, then I will have to select it again and then copy it again. So in that case, I'll just press and select both of them, and I will click on create group. There is an option to create group, and this is called as detail group. Whenever we are putting any annotation like circle annotations or any symbol, and I'm making a group out of it, that is a detail group. And if I'm making any group of model elements, then that is a model group. So this is a basic difference between the detail group and the model group. And now you can just name as staircase numbering, and then you can copy it like this. Or by chance, if you want to copy this to another staircase, you can just go to detail group and place detail group. And like if you have multiple detail groups, it will show multiple one. If you don't, then it will, like, you can just copy. Now, if you edit this group, it will edit for wherever you have placed this group. So what you can do, you can just click on group and you can duplicate it, and you can give different numbering to every trait. So this is how you can create detail groups using annotations, using detail lines. You can use filled regions also inside it. Also, let's say if you have numbered already, so I'll duplicate this. Just for example, I will number as test. So I will select this group. I want to put all these numberings in one group. So I will select this group and go to edit. One thing is, I can select the add option and I can add it to the group. So two groups are attached in one, and I can click finish. So this is a one group which has been created. So this is how you can add one group to another, or add any element to one group, or you can just remove also. If you want to edit it again, and go to edit, and if you want to add this fill region also, you can. Even you can add these. No, you can't add these thread numbering. Why? Because that's a different kind of category. So You can just click on finish. So what will happen now? What happened is I added two to one group of one. So now I can see the number two over here also. So I will just remove this one, and I will add numbers in this particular group. So this is how I can create staircase detail, and also I can use manifold regions and the annotations and the groups. Now in the detail tab only, we have something called insulation. So if you are creating a wall detail and you forgot to put insulation in your wall, and but you want to tag that, have not modeled but you want to make sure that you have provided insulation to it. So in that case, Revit provides you with an like graphic, which you can select, and you can place it wherever you want to, like this. And you can select it. After selecting, you can change the width of it in the properties tab. You can change the width of bulge like this. You like this. So this is a graphic which Revit provides us to show the insulation. So this helps a lot when we are creating wall details. Now we have annotation. In the annotation, we have a text. So for shortcut is TX. If you want to like create annotations in your view, you can just go to TX, and you can provide annotations. One, like if you want to provide any leader to it, you can select this one. If you want a bulging, like if you want like diagonal arrow, you can provide it like that. If you want a curved arrow, you can make it like this. Now, after like if whatever annotations you are uh, putting, let's say this. For any annotations, we have these alignments. You can align it. You can just leader top right. You can select that also. You can like if you want to add one more leader to it, you can add leaders. If you want to remove any, you can remove any leader also. Want this side, that depends on you. So this is a basic thing. In this, now if I select any of the text, we have these graphic settings, which are instant graphic settings. You can align the uh, text. You can always take the keep readable option, so that it is always readable. You can give the arc leaders to it if you want to. Now, if you go to edit types, you can create your own types for text by duplicating it to different. You can change the color. You can change the line weight. Even if you want the background to be opaque or transparent, that depends on you. If you want to show the border, you can show the border to it. You want to give any leader or border offset, that also. You can change the leader arrowhead according to you. Also, you can change the text font. You can change the text size, tab sizes. If you want to make it bold, italic, or underline, if you want to give a fit factor to it, that also you can give it. And you can click on OK. So you can create many annotations for you. Like any type, any like if you want to give any scale related dimensions for 100 scale different, for 50 scale different, you can uh, provide many different type of annotations. Now, in the annotations tab, in the annotate tab, we go to plan, let's say. So I am just removing these room tags to explain you. Okay. So basically, this is my plan in which I want to tag all the rooms and all the doors. But I don't have much time. I want to tag all one by like in one go. So in that case, what we will do, in the annotate tab only, we have a tag all option. So you can click on this, and right now I have door tags and room tags provided in my system. If you have window tag also, it will show the window tag. So if any element is coming from link, like if you have any interior link and from which some of the doors are coming or some of the rooms are coming, you can check this box, and if not, then you can just click on door tags and room tags, and you can if you have different door tags provided or room tag provided, and if you want to change anything, you can just drag and select any one of it. Okay. If you want leader, you can just click on leader and you can change the leader length, and you can change the orientation also. Now if I click on apply and okay. So right now room tags are not visible because I have deleted all the rooms. But if you see, all the doors have been tagged. Okay. If you see, all the doors have been tagged in one go. So you can do this option when you want to just tag all in one go to the all the doors and windows and all the, even if you can tag by category. If you have material tags provided, then you can tag by category also. Okay, now after this, we have color fill legends. So color fill legends are to be used when we have different color, different names for our rooms. So it provides a color fill legend to it. So if I want to create a legend for my plan, I can click on color fill legend and I will put over here. And I can just click on space type, and I want to create a room legend. So I will select the rooms and I will select the color scheme as name because I want to make a room legend with the names of rooms. I will select the name and I will click OK. I'll just delete this one. So my room legend has been created. So for all the bedrooms, it has given the same color. Why? Because the naming is same. If I change it to bedroom 1, if I change it to bedroom 2, if I change it to bedroom 3, and if I change it to bedroom 4. So you see that it has changed the color for it. And in the legend also, it has made four bedrooms separate. So it depends upon your the name. If you are giving different names, it will automatically create a different name for it. Different add a In the legend, it will add one more row to it. Now you can select this legend and you can go to edit scheme. If you want to change any color, you can change the colors also. So you can change any for any value, you can change the color, you can give any pattern to it, and you can see the preview over here. And you can click OK. So this is how you can create a room legend. So till uh, colorful legend, everything is clear. Now we have something called in the symbol tab, we have a stair path. So when we were doing the staircase sheet, so if you want to provide any stair path to it, Revit provides you a direct symbol for it. If you select it, you can just select the staircase and you see the staircase path has been assigned to it. This one. You can select it. You can just go to edit type and you can change the text style. If you have created a text in the from the annotation, first you have to create text type. So and then you can change the graphic settings for staircase. You can give a arrowhead type. If you want the full step arrow, you can give it also. You you can provide the distance to cut mark like this. If you don't want to see the up symbol, you can just uncheck it. It will not show it to you. Now we have two types of staircase paths. You can select any one of that. Now you want staircase to like it is going up. So all the it is showing till cut mark, and if you will be annotating it on the other upper staircase, it will show you the other way around. So it is one way. It is a way to create a staircase path, and staircase tread numbers also you can create using tag. Okay. Now I will tell you how to create view referencing. So I'll take a plan. Okay. So this is my plan. Now I will be creating a scope box, three different scope box to it. I will go to view and I will create scope box. I will divide this plan into three parts. One, two, and three. Now what I will do, I will make three plan sheets, duplicate sheet, and like this. I will name that as part plan 1, part plan 2, and part plan 3. Okay. Now for this plan, am creating 3 part plans, and I will be giving view referencing to it, and I'll show you how. So that helps you to create when we have big plans, like when we have large scale plans. At that time, we use match lines and give a view referencing to the part plans, because in one sheet we can't put the whole large scale plan to it. So at that time we create scope boxes like this, and we give match lines to view reference it. Okay. Now I'll go to plan. I will name each scope box as 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And I will create 3 dependent views also. And I'll name it as part plan 1. This is part plan 2. Then this is part plan 3. Now I will go to sheet 1, and I will put part 1 here. Okay. For this, I will provide the scope box from the properties tab as 1, and I will put it in the center. Or I will put it over here, and here I can put some details. For this particular plan, let's say I can put some large scale views to it for these. I will go to other sheet. I will put the part plan 2, and I will put the scope boxes. Do the part plan 3. Go to part plan 3, and I will click the scope boxes. Okay. Now I have created a dependent views. So I will go to level 1 plan, and in this, now I will go to view, and in the view tab we have match line. I will select the match line, and in the center of this scope box, I will create one match line like this, and I will create one match line like this. I'll click on OK. Now if you see, there is a match line. There are 2 match lines. There are 3 match lines. Okay. Now I will go to part plan 1, and I will go to annotate, and I will select this view reference. Now I want to give a view. We have, you can load another family also for view referencing. Right now in the Kaarwan template, we have this particular with us. Now I want to show it over here that the part in the right side is that part plan is at this A108 sheet. So what I'll do, I will select the view type as floor plan, or the target view, I will select it as part plan 2. So I will put the view referencing number over here. So this will tell me that I have the part plan, but on the next sheet. And using the detail filled region, I can make a arrow over here, and this view referencing I have already put. Okay. Now I will go to part plan 2. I have two parts, one on the right, one on the left. So I will go select this and I will give view referencing. One is part plan 1 here. I'll go again and I will give it as part plan 3. And for the part plan 3 sheet, I will go to view reference. I will select the part plan 2 and on the match line, I will put it. So view referencing is used and you have many part plans with you can create part sections, you can create part elevations also, you can make like you can use detail match lines in when you are, if you are creating any detail views and you have parts for that also, you can use this. Okay. Now there is one more thing which is drafting view. So right now you see we were working in the modeling view and we were modeling elements in 3D. But there is one more thing which is called drafting view in Revit. If you go to view, there is something called drafting view. And whatever you will be creating in the drafting view, it will not be associated with your model. These are the 2D details which you make. Also, you in this you can use detail lines, detail regions. You can use components also. You have reference lines, you have reference planes, and you can make a draft, like you can change the view scales of this. So basically, drafting view is used when we have to create some 2D details and you have to put it in your sheet as a 2D drawing, not as a 3D model. So for that, you can go to drafting view. You can name your drafting view and you can select the scale. Don't worry, you can change the scale afterwards also. So it's fine. Okay. So it is a plain area in which now you can go to annotate. You can create regions. Uh, you can use any annotations to it. You can't use modeling elements here. Okay. You can't use structural elements over here. Only the annotations. So any element which you want to create, or if you want to, let's say in the plan, you have this bedroom and you want to give a different layout for it, option as a 2D drawing. Okay. So what you can do, you can just go to drafting view. Okay. And go to detail line and select this rectangle and you can make a rectangle like this. Using detail lines, you can give it the offset for making walls. You can just Make a bed like this. Like if you want the bed to be in this direction or a table here. And now you can go to plan and we have drafting views created here. You can select drafting view 1 and you can put it over here. Now you can change the scale of it. You can make it to 50, let's say. You can put a drafting view like this and like this, and using detail lines you can put a arrow that this is your new design. This is your second option for it. Okay, so basically it creates 2D views for you. In the drafting view you can create any type of details you want to. Generally we create wall details, or sometimes we have these miscellaneous details, construction details, which we create in drafting views and we can put it on a sheet. Okay. So this is all about annotate tab, which we learned today, and the solar study analysis, which we learned. I hope this will help you in creating your working drawings, construction drawings. If you have any issues with it, you can ask me anytime, or all the best for your next submission. Thank you.